This is Tom, your host for the Hidden Truths channel, and it is a gloomy, sunny day. Anyway, we need moisture. We're getting the moisture. Anyway, I want to talk about today's subject. What makes this country so great? You're when you're allowed to pursue your happiness. That's what it's going to be about today. Living your dream, no matter what age you are. But we'll wait for a few people to filter in before we start discussing that subject. So, but oh yeah, even though life may sit there and give you a little bit of a hiccup, there's always something positive to look forward to if you still try to follow your dreams. And that's one thing I'm doing. So, gonna get to do a job where I get to do my traveling, get to do some of my hobbies, get to go on some of my adventures, and all I gotta do is work hard. But anyway, yep, I started up a little business today. I want to do a job where I could travel, work for myself, because like in the Hidden Truths channel, I want to do my Bigfoot hunting yet, and I can do this in between my jobs that I do. It's a fencing job where I'm just gonna go out to these pastures that nobody can get somebody to go out to, and I'm gonna repair the fence, build new fence if I have to, whatever. Be a contract labor or bid a job, a day labor or bid a job, whatever it takes. But oh yeah, and I'll make more than I did working for somebody else. What's a good word, Tom? Oh, I'm back on YouTube. Wednesday night after Valentine passed was hard, but the good word is I am going to go out and do I start a little business for fencing. When you're out here on these ranches and stuff, you can't get people that want to do fencing. And I'd always get stuck doing the fences anyway, making crappy wages at it. So I decided to put an ad on one of these web pages, Ranch World, and it's a Sunday, and an hour and a half later, I already got a job. So, I mean, I want to live life. I don't want to, like you say, be mad at anybody. Yeah, I know. It's a bitch. You know, one thing about that is I knew that was going to be my biggest fear in life. I mean, the biggest, hardest thing I was going to have to face besides losing one of my kids. Hello from the UK. Hey, how's it going over there in Britain? I don't know. I hear you kind of losing your freedom of speech and stuff, but it's one place I always went. When I was in the military, Marine Corps, I always wanted to see Britain, England, and Germany. The two places I didn't get to see. Most who have no experience will put a barbed wire on the outside of the post instead of the inside post. That and they're going to cut their hell. But see, this is the thing. See, that's a job that nobody wants to do today. And that's a job that AI can't do. Okay? What, do I got somebody from China now? Or Japan? I don't know what that is. But anyway, that's a job that nobody wants to do anymore. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with it. I love going out to the middle of the pastures where out in the middle of nowhere and just spend all day out there in nature working. It's great. It's better. I would think it'd be a lot better in the cubicle, but still, personal trainer is still the best job. Okay. What do you think about India? I don't know. I haven't been on the news much lately. Unless there's something in the news. What I think about the country, that's, you know, I heard that the people there, the majority of the workers, the way they work, they're migrant workers. No, I don't want to say migrant workers, but they're day-to-day workers, I think. You know, that's kind of what I want to become. I want to become master of myself. You know, where I choose my hours, I set up the jobs and stuff. But that's what I got now. And it's going to be great because now I get to go out to these pastures. See this thing, I'm not afraid to get these dirty, sweat, get cold. And the guy I talked to today that hired me today, he said, I got a couple months worth, but I want to go 1 to 3 weeks at a place and travel on to the next place. Get a clientele built up and stuff, and, you know, and start enjoying my life. Like I say, in between these jobs while I'm traveling, I'll stop at National Forest and I'll do a little Bigfoot hunting and, UFO watching at night by the campfire. Totally agree. Wake up when you want to do what you want. Yeah, I'm going to pursue my happiness. I mean, there's so much crap that goes in and on the world these days. I won't be part of it. I want to pull my little cog out of it myself, out of the system, and just kind of go out on my own thing and do what nobody else wants to do, go where nobody else wants to go. And I can be there by myself and do a good job, feel good about it. And how many more years can I do this? I don't know. See, I'm 57. Hopefully another 17, 18 more years. Hello. So, hey, Maury Story. Good to see you. But yeah, there's all these jobs that can't be controlled by AI, that AI will not be able to do. And the people say, well, they can do field work. No, they can't. See, what do you do when the tractor that's controlled by AI is running a piece of equipment down the field, and all of a sudden your piece of equipment gets plugged, but the tractor keeps going and it doesn't work the ground right or plant your seed right or stuff. But this is what I'm going for. And there's so many of them. The guy said to me today, yeah, you're going to be busy and it doesn't matter how much you charge. As long as you do a good job, you'll do good. The hell with AI. Yeah. I still don't understand why we're using it as a crutch and trying to make it smarter. Why don't we use it as a tool to, help humans make stuff better? 57 years old and you're a young spring chicken. I know. And maybe one day we'll meet up and, but you know what? I know all us older folk, we still sit there and bust our ass like we were when we were kids. We still have the same work ethic, the same drive, the same ambition. And that's one thing, when us men get older, we don't want to let it go. And we'll make sure we go in that house hurting every night, as long as we achieve our goals. But, oh yeah, I'm planning on having a little fun out there, traveling all out west. And then in the wintertime, I can do jobs down south, traditional. How big a town did you come from, Maury Story? I mean, I came from a small town. I just, before box stores, Kmart, I guess. One brother came over to buy one of 2 beers. That's a good way of putting it. But, downtown, hometown, like it used to be. I mean, where, you went to the grocery store and the people you gave the money to that owned that grocery store were the same people you went to church with. Their kids were the same kids you went to school with. The money stayed in town. And obviously, if you were a butthead to the community, you didn't stay in business. Not like today where you can be a butthead to the community, rip them off, and it's like they stay in business because people come from all over, because we kind of have to congregate now where we buy stuff. But see you guys a bit later. Need a coffee? Not a problem. Strictly Cycle Tom. You selling your animals, or are you someone else gonna? I don't know yet. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna take my horses with. Not all the time. I do have somebody that lives 4 miles south of me that'll be able to take care of them. Kiowa, he's retired, so he doesn't have to be ridden. But Stacia, she'll like riding Beauty and stuff. She'll take care of him. But there'll be times I take my horses too. If I'm gone for shorter times, it's only a couple weeks at a time, I'll leave the horses here. But if I go for a while, because these places obviously I'll be going at, I'll be able to have my horses with me. Because I plan on telling you, when I'm talking these pastures out in the middle of nowhere, you get out Wyoming and Nevada and stuff where these pastures are 36 square miles, just one pasture, and it's 30 miles from, anything. I plan on camping out there and then getting up and doing my job and going around and enjoying the sights. Maybe I can start up my wilderness channel again, but one thing I want to see is Bigfoot. So I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to live my dreams. Sounds beautiful. Yeah, well, they say I need a little change. I don't want to be part of the corporate world anymore. Oh, it's going to be a fun adventure. It's definitely soul searching. Yeah. Yeah. I tell you what, losing Valentine waked me up a little bit. But yeah, life is too short to get caught up in the mess what's going on. I want to do videos about happy things, about, wild, like I say, you get out in these wildlife areas. I'm going to have nice shorts and videos about wildlife, sitting out by my campfire in the woods doing live streams. Of course, I'll have to be next to, close to a tower or whatever. But yeah, I want to pursue my happiness. Okay? And being around people right now isn't making me happy. Like I say, you wake up in the morning, you watch something, they give you a reason why you're supposed to hate your neighbor. I'm not going to do that no more either. So I'm pulling myself out of that part of the gig also. I don't want to hate no more. I don't want war no more. I don't want death no more. I don't want to be responsible for somebody feeling the loss of somebody. I don't want to feel the loss of anybody. My kids don't want to feel the loss of me. Can we all just get along? So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to come on YouTube and I'm going to give happy stories, cheerful stories, stories that don't include politics. And right now, the best thing about it in this country, I could get on the internet, put an ad on Strictly Psych. Here in New York City, I'm surrounded by 8.5 million people. Let me tell you my story about going to New York City, Strictly Psych. Okay. I had to pick a sergeant up from the airport. I was at Lejeune, and I had to come up and pick a sergeant up for the airport. It was around Christmas time, right? I've never been to New York before, driven in big cities like that. Concrete jungle, exactly. But anyway, I get up there, and obviously, this was back in 89, 88, maybe 89, 88 maybe it was. And basically everything north of Washington, D.C. was nothing but a city. But I get in New York, right? In all those three airports, I can't remember which one I had to go to. If it was JFK or LaGuardia or whatever, and I think it was some Marine or military airport, but I couldn't remember which one, or didn't remember which one I had to go to. I think it was JFK. But I kept driving by them. I couldn't figure out how to exit to get off to get to them, right? It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so isn't the Brooklyn Bridge you cross? Anyway, as you're going to New Jersey. But anyway, so the last time I said, screw it. And I pulled off on this exit downtown in the middle of nowhere, New York City, not too far off that road. And I stopped. There was these guys, all black guys standing on the corner, just like Vacation and Chevy Chase, okay? And I get out of my truck. I said, how the hell do I get to this fucking airport? Okay. And I think they were so stunned that they were extremely nice and gave me directions how to get there. I mean, it was just, no normal white person would have done this unless he was a Marine who was really stressed out, okay? But, and they didn't. Anyway, I don't think New York's like that no more. I probably wouldn't do that no more. But, that's my experience with New York City. Okay. Never again. I can't even imagine what's all the way from Richmond now. It's probably just one big city. But, yeah, never again. Hey, not a problem, Maury Star. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate everybody being here. I really like being on YouTube. I want to get off the political stuff because that's not making a difference. Like I say, it doesn't matter. I mean, tell me when somebody else is in office where somebody ain't upset. And tell me when you ain't upset with your own party. See, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who we put in office. We're always upset. So let's stop being upset and fight with each other. Let the politicians fight with themselves. So, but I want to be happy. And as my job, I put an ad on this post on the internet on a Sunday afternoon, and my business starts an hour and a half later. Not many places are like that. That's what's things great about this country, and that one thing that never needs to change. If you got ambition, you shouldn't be drowned out by people that don't, okay? You know, I'm not wanting to make a fortune. I just want to make a living and pursue my happiness and do. I don't want to be on my deathbed wishing I had done something. Okay. Now I know I'm probably not going to get to the moon. I realize that. Unless they figure out how to start making money up there in the next 15 years where I could still work up there, I'm probably not going to get to the moon. I can deal with that. I'm sure I'll be passing the moon shortly after I pass anyway. But, I don't want to be on my deathbed regretting. I've taken piano lessons. I became a cowboy. I was a Marine. I just keep living life after life. And this is just another changing point. After I lost her, that's what you need for your crossroads to be created. But, I want to experience life. I really do. And I want to sit there and find Bigfoot. And I ain't going to be able to do that if I stay here and I work a 40 or 50-hour a week job where I don't have time to get out. But now, like I say, I can travel. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. My lone wolf can come out on me. Anyway, but that's been a rough week. I've been catching up, keeping up on current events and stuff, because all you hear is war. I'm so tired of that. Why do human beings got to destroy everything they touch? We are the most destructive animal in the universe. I always say, when animals were first here, there wasn't such a thing as good and evil, I guess. Evil didn't come around till, self-thinking human beings came along. Selfish little, crazy thought, but I often think of that sometimes. In a world without sin, you might say. I guess we all better hold our breath if we want a world like that, huh? But all you can do is live the best life you can. And one thing is being happy. If you're happy with what you're doing, you're not mad at your neighbors for what they're doing. You can talk to your neighbor, have a good time with your neighbor, because you're happy with yourself. And we need to get off this kick where it's such a materialistic world. I mean, I don't understand why people, money, yeah, it's nice to have money. It's nice to sit there and have a nice, comfortable life, okay? But you shouldn't hate somebody because they're living what you think is more comfortable than you are, when in actuality, being a human being is probably not. He's just got more than you do, and he's got more stress. Health as well, I know. I'm telling you, I wish doctors would give out prescriptions instead of to the pharmacy. Like when you have high blood pressure, it's not real bad. Don't put them on high blood pressure medicine. Make them go to the gym. Make them hire somebody like you to get them in shape. That's going to make them live a lot longer and give them, you and I feel that independence. We're healthy at our age. We understand it. We understand what it took to get us here, though, and what it's like to maintain it. Okay? Yeah, I'm slowing down through the years, but I don't stop maintaining. Okay? But, if people could just figure that out. But see, this is a problem. The first part of your job is work. Okay? People all see Arnold Schwarzenegger. Well, how did he get like that? Because he's been lifting. I've been lifting weights ever since I was 12 years old. I probably started a little too young and stuff. But, I was benching 135 when I was 13 years old. And I was always athletic and stuff. And look at where it's got to me. 57 years old, I don't have to go to the doctor. I don't have to take no medications. And the only thing I have to take maybe is an ibuprofen every once in a while. And when the weather changes, the older I get, I seem to have allergy issues. So during the allergy times, every once in a while I take a over-the-counter sinus pill. That's it. Okay? But all you see is, being our age, you're 65. These commercials we see on TV. My God. You know as well as I know the human body's a lot healthier than the pharmaceutical companies want to tell you. You just got to get out there. And that you can't convince, you can't get them past that hump. You know, that where they're working at it and they finally feel it, where that adrenaline rush feels good and stuff. When they can get past the pain. That's the hard part, especially when you're dealing with stretching, the martial arts. You know, doing the stretching and the pain. That a lot of people can't deal through that. I mean, I remember, oh my God, it was the first 2 or 3 weeks. It hurt just to sit there and straighten my legs. It was terrible. But every day I stretched 2 times a day, and now it don't even bother me. But you know, you can't get these people over that hump because it hurts. You know, it takes drive to stay in shape, and then you know, obviously you're extremely healthy, and like I said, I've seen people that in their 70s that are just working their butts off, never have to go to the doctor, extremely healthy. You know, thinking, I hope I'm still like that when I'm their age. But just people don't understand that. Health is wealth, most definitely. And this is the thing. You can have, like, you're older than me, and I'm sure you see wealthier people that your clients, okay, that are basically jealous of you. Maybe not jealous, but I didn't want to say envious, but trying to strive to be like you. That's why you're training them. Okay? And it's just amazing when, especially when you get our age and you have the health we do, how people kind of are envious of that. But like I say, they don't realize the years. I mean, I've been doing manual labor my whole life, working out in athletics my whole life and stuff, and I'm 57. Well, what do you expect? So, you know, I love it. I love being healthy. I think it's the greatest thing in the world. And it's just something that I wish I could convince. You know, I love to go into a doctor's office once and say, hey, I'm passing out. Maybe you should do that, Strictly Cycling. Go to the doctor's office, people in the waiting room, and say, hey, I got a better alternative for you. Anyway, but it's just the truth. It's just the flat out truth. You want a low blood pressure? You don't want to worry about diabetes? All you got to do is keep moving. Stay healthy. You know, and then you just don't have the problems other people have, you know. Even people at our age, you know, you're 65 and people live at the doctor's office. And they sit in that waiting room hours and then go back, you know, have to spend days there. When they could just, and you know as well as I do, after a week or two, you get past the soreness, time I stay away from doctors and their pills. Yeah, well, most definitely. I was taught in chemistry class, never eat, drink, or smell anything that's created here. Okay? So with pharmaceutical companies, I mean, there's just too many pills now for too many diseases. And people are taking pills to counteract effects that the pill that they were supposed to take, that they're taking. You take one pill to counteract the other pill. I mean, that's got to be hard on your stomach. My goodness gracious. I mean, taking 20 pills a day, that's just got to be hard on your stomach. And then I remember when we used to go to the doctor as kids, remember, you get a prescription, even in the 90s, or it's been so long since I've been to the doctor, but you get a prescription, right? And it wasn't once a day for the rest of your life. It was, here, take for 10 days or 2 weeks, and no refill. What happened to them days? What, the drugs ain't no good no more, that we got to sit there and take them? This is what I mean. But a gym membership's a lot cheaper than a prescription. I mean, the gym membership I had in Minnesota was, what, $52 a month, and I had access to the whole gym anytime I wanted. $52 a month. That's 20% of, you know, maybe 10% of medical insurance for some people. Anyway, but it starts with work. Okay, I never got in shape without sweat. Okay, I just don't like these weight loss things because it comes down to proper diet and exercise, eating right and exercise. And this is the thing too. I've noticed, even at my age, as long as I stay busy and exercise and keep sweating every day, I can eat whatever I want. It gives you the freedom. You're not dependent on anybody. You don't have to worry about just supply problems and stuff like we did with the pandemic. Insulin running out and stuff. Just get out there and go to the gym. I don't know if it'll reverse diabetes, but it'll make you feel darn good. And then you come out and you're feeling good. You just have a more zip to your step. You'd be surprised. Like I say, you give a gym an honest 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and you're going to be jumping around. People are going to notice the difference, and you're just going to be healthier. And then get to the point where you don't have to go to that doctor no more. Anyway, that's my goal. Stay as healthy as possible. Be like Dick Pernicke at Twin Lakes, Alaska, and be still living out in the trees. I think he was late 80s before they finally made a move in with his brother in California, but living out there in the middle of the woods in Alaska, all on his own in his log cabin. Never sick a day in his life, strictly. And you'll have a better quality of life, yeah. Yeah. When you're out there and stuff, and you're healthy and your mental health is better, you can help society out better, okay? You just become a better image. When your life starts going better, it just seems like people kind of be part of that and their life starts going better. Anyway, that's what I found out. But yeah, I'm going to have a good time. I can't wait to do my videos by the campfire. Maybe I'll have Bigfoot sitting right next to me one time. Wouldn't that be nuts? Anyway, I am going to have to go. I got the horses out grazing. And it looks like they are off into a different part. So I got to go collect them. But I appreciate everybody being here this Sunday night. And I'll be back on regular again. Like I say, I had to collect my emotions and stuff after what happened. So anyway, but you know what? If you're not willing to do the dance, if you're willing to feel the love and stuff, you're willing to do the dance. And if you do the dance, you're eventually going to feel the sorrow. Tom, I'm glad I caught you live. Be well, Tom. Thank you for being here, Strictly Psych. I appreciate it. And keep in shape, buddy. I would love to see you start a channel with personal training. That'd be cool. Anyway, because we need to get the message out. Health is wealth, and health is freedom. So, anyway, we found that out. But everybody have a great night. This is Tom, and I am out of here.